I think we're all born super intuitive, highly aware, highly functioning, super conscious of our collectiveness as well and connection to each other. And every client I see, they're the healer. I'm always just a teacher in a way. So whether it's in a classroom or in the room sharing that space and time with them, I feel like it's just all those modalities are helping to teach their body how to heal. Hi, I'm Gail Kawaguchi, and I practice many modalities. I really just call it sharing space and time, though. Part of those modalities of sharing space and time are acupuncture, cranial sacral therapy, reflexology, acupressure, and I would say I do all types of massage. But I also feel that over time, for me, I found that there really are only two tools that I'll turn to. And right now, currently, those two tools would be acupuncture and cranial sacral therapy. I started studying Tai Chi and learned my very first form when I was in college. I have been meditating and doing yoga since I was in junior high. I did my 6th grade science project, one of those, what were they called? I don't remember. I was a teacher and I don't remember this. But the 3D, right, where you have to, I made that and it was all about yoga. And at the time, there were so few books out there and like very few videos. It was like, this is aging me, but this is in the day of, like real videos, like the, what are they called? The V8? Yeah, the VHS. Uh-huh. And so I think somewhere I've always been interested in what we nowadays call these arts. But I would say the turning point actually happened quite suddenly. My ex-husband and I realized that our relationship was ending. So suddenly I found myself back in massage school again, then back into the classrooms again teaching, and then moving on to going to acupuncture school and studying with these phenomenal Qigong masters and having that opportunity and getting to go on trips with them. And then from there, going back into the world of sharing, which I think is really important to me because I think at the core, more than a healer, I think there's a teacher in me. I think the teacher in me wants to share what I learned as a student and the fact in the classroom, being the student practitioner in the classroom. And it was in a cranial sacral class, and we were reviewing for what would be our final hands-on. So, and this is what we would learn in very basic cranial. We call it the 10 steps. And so I'm doing the review, and I remember thinking, just having that sort of flow through me and feeling so good while I was doing my review and going, wow, and I can remember all the techniques, and I felt like it was all going really well. And, at the end, I hugged her goodbye, and she hugged me goodbye, and the next morning, she decided to go to her chiropractor. And she goes, Gail, I need to talk to you. And she goes, I'm so sorry. She gives me the biggest hug and a kiss on the cheek and says, I've always had this really bad hunchback, right? And I've hated it all my life. I've been self-conscious of it. I developed it in my 20s. And she's like, and I've had it for all 12 years. And that was what he was supposed to be working on with me. And to be honest, he's kept it so that it didn't get worse. She's like, and I'm looking at her and I'm like, what hunchback is she talking about? Then I remembered she had a hunchback. Her body was ready on a physical, psychological level to cry it all out, to release whatever it was that got her to start developing her hunchback. And she did not have a hunchback anymore. I knew then that this was a powerful modality and that it could completely change somebody's life because I just watched it do so. But the real commitment that I think that all of us need to make in this is that healing is a process and the commitment is to yourself. And I think for humanity and for our healing as a collective, like we all need to start focusing more on making those choices in life and making every choice from a place of love.